So, lines have been drawn between the retired General Chiwenga as well as the Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa faction. Of course, we don't enter, especially their closet, but you can tell from the look of things that indeed the factionalism, the factional battles have intensified within the faction. And the mind boggling question is which faction will eventually emerge between the retired General Chiwenga as well as the Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa faction. On this live broadcast, we will be seeking to unpack these and more. And welcome on your lovely channel, the Hlonipani Global News. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button, that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to watch us. So we've got two warring factions within Zanu PF. The other faction is actually advancing the notion that Gudagwashe Takwirei has been co-opted as the Zanu PF Central Committee member, whilst the other faction hold a view that Gudagwashe Takwirei was not co-opted as the Central Committee member. So we have got two factions, in fact, with diverse understanding or interpreting the issue of co-option of a certain individual differently. So now, what does this mean, the co-option of Gudagwashe Takwirei, if we are to go with the line of thought of the faction of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa? What do they seek to achieve with this? It's plainly clear. I think we have explained this numerous times that Takwirei comes as a replacement of Emerson Tambutso Mnangagwa. So if indeed the retired General Chiwenga, they are going to back down regarding the co-option of Gudagwashe Takwirei, which means Gudagwashe Takwirei stands a chance now to contest for presidency within Zanu PF, especially if he has landed to the Central Committee, which is the supreme decision-making body of Zanu PF. This will simply mean that. But the question of the day is retired General Chiwenga going to allow Gudagwashe Takwirei to even exist within the Central Committee as the supreme decision-making body of Zanu PF? I think from the look of things, from the very onset, we have seen the mind of retired General Chiwenga when it comes to this fellow. He is against Gudagwashe Takwirei being in the Central Committee. And if you look, Zanu PF, especially the Mnangagwa faction, is relying on technicalities that took place on the last Politburo meetings. And guess what? These people are very cunning. They made retired General Chiwenga to actually chair that particular meeting. And what they also further ensured that the section of the minutes which was actually talking about Gudagwashe Takwirei was something or was insignificant, especially Chiwenga could not see it, in fact, as a technicality that was used to bring back Gudagwashe Takwirei alongside others through the back door. So it's clear now, Mnangagwa wants Gudagwashe Takwirei to succeed him over his longest ally, the ally who actually saved him and made him to be the president. And I'm talking about retired General Chiwenga. You would understand that when Mnangagwa has been chased by Zanu PF, and all structures of Zanu PF in agreement that Mnangagwa was the devil and ought to be chased. He ran for his dear life to the neighboring country, that is South Africa, to seek refuge. It is retired General Chiwenga who decided to stand up against the fierce man on the African continent, known for committing acts of Kukuraunde genocide in Matabeleland, and made it a point that he actually defeats him. Mugabe was removed from power by retired General Chiwenga, whom Chris Mswangwa says he struggles to pronounce R and L, but he did what those who could pronounce R and L by then failed to do, that is to influence the entire Zimbabwe Defense Forces to rebel against the commander-in-chief. And Robert Gabriel Mugabe worked one morning without the title of the president, and they had to bring back from exile, 2 weeks exile, if I'm not mistaken, Emmerson Tambuzo Mnangagwa. And what did Mnangagwa do to those military generals, as well as retired General Chiwenga, who assisted him to be where he is? He eliminated most of them and attempted to eliminate retired General Chiwenga, but by God's grace, retired General Chiwenga managed to survive. And he is still surviving. But the question is, there is a section of people who believe that Chiwenga is acting so slow against Mnangagwa. And there is also a belief and a theory that the faction of Chiwenga is waiting for Mnangagwa to actually hand over the title of being the SADC chairperson. I wonder how do they perceive that as an obstacle, if that's the line of thought. But in my view, I don't think so. The opportunity hasn't presented itself, but I think from where I am standing now with the developments in Zanu PF, the opportunity for Emmerson Tambuzo Mnangagwa to lose the title of president, it is actually drawing so close. He has actually crossed so many lines that we thought he would never cross. He has, what they are doing to retired General Chiwenga, using his name to bring Mnangagwa Takwei through the back door, and also advancing the notion that he was chairing the meeting that saw the co-option of Mnangagwa Takwei sailing through. That on its own is actually ticking the red lines, especially on retired General Chiwenga. Now, knowing Chiwenga for who he is, he doesn't act pompously like the Mnangagwa faction. Definitely, he is doing something as we are speaking underground. People would think, most of the things that have been done by Chiwenga, by the way, have been leaked. For example, that he chased Mnangagwa Takwei, it was leaked. And if it wasn't leaked, and initially when it was leaked, Zanu PF was denying it, threatening even the journalist who released that information. So don't expect to be aware of everything that is going on. Remember also Blessed Geza, and we have always said Blessed Geza represent the Chiwenga faction. He said previously they have been playing open cards. Now they are just playing closed cards. Even Blessed Geza has just gone silent, and it appears there is nothing that is being done. But I can attest to you that something is being done underground, obviously, to respond to these emerging critical factional issues that are actually taking shape within Zanu PF. It's gonna be a busy month, especially this month, leading to the next month, as well as the month of the conference. If he is still surviving post the months of the conference up to next year, Zanu PF would be in serious turmoil. It has never been this fragile. It has never actually been confronted with what it is actually confronting at the moment. Thank you very much for watching us. If you are watching us for the very first time, please do remember to press the red or black subscribe button so that next time when we beam live, you become the very first one to it. You can financially support this channel by pressing the join button and be part of our members who are the heartbeat of this channel. You can equally do so by pressing the thanks button and send us stars. Okanqube Umhlabane is signing off.